When we're younger, we're oftentimes asked the question of what we'd want to be when we grow up. Maybe some of us want to be a firefighter or an astronaut. Well, as I've gotten older, I've realized that it was a trick question because everybody wants to be a mouse.
And the only game that lets you live out this dream is The Spirit in the Mouse, available for all modern video game platforms. The plot is that Lila, our main mouse, sees someone's poor scarf get whisked away during a storm. So she decides to be a good Samaritan and receive it from the top of a lightning rod, which works out great. But not the fear, she simply inherited electrical powers from a spirit guardian, who is not happy that a little stunt now prevents him from maintaining the town's electrical boxes, leading to the town of Santa Claire to have multiple electrical shortages. So it's up to Lila to take up the mantle of spirit guardian and fix this mess, which you do by helping out these little electrical creatures called Kiblings to convince them to return to power a specific building's electrical box, and in turn, solving the woes of one of the many townspeople. This is when we reach the hook of the game, exploring the town of Santa Claire. With you being a tiny little mouse, you can barely climb up chairs. How are you supposed to climb up and around the buildings? Well, thanks to your newfound identity as the only electric mouse not named Pikachu, you can now zip around through breaker boxes like Mario Odyssey, shock objects to unlock shortcuts for later use, and once you repair all of the electrical boxes in one section of the town, you unlock additional electrical powers in order to explore even more of the city. Wait, the personified versions of inanimate objects? The small character exploring a comparatively large version of a regularly sized location? Completing tasks to make people around you give you literal happiness? This game is just Chibi Robo but you're a mouse. Cool! And also, both games are entirely focused around verticality. Your entire movement arsenal is just climbing, shocking nearby objects for sparks, and most important of all, a dedicated squeak button. Getting around the map is as much of a puzzle as any of the actual missions you need to complete. So alongside the main missions, the game rewards the player's natural curiosity by hiding 137 blue light bulbs around the map, which require you to look under objects and oftentimes in really obscure corners. Hunting for these is genuinely the most fun part of the game, oftentimes requiring you to chuck poor Lila off cliffs to her certain doom. They even have light bulbs that you have to backtrack for after getting new abilities Metroidvania style.
You know, this game sounds pretty lit.